Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our series From Hello to Help, where we explore the essential resources that keep our communities strong. I'm Sarah Kyle with Michigan 211. Our goal with these conversations is to bridge the gap between the people who need help and the organizations that provide it. Whether it's housing, food, or navigating really complex systems, 211 is here to ensure that no one has to navigate those challenges alone. May is a significant month for our community and really our country as we observe Armed Forces Month. It's a time not just for reflection and gratitude, but for action. While we honor the service of our veterans, we also recognize that the transition back to civilian life or simply navigating daily life after service can come with unique hurdles. Today, I am honored to be joined by two individuals who are on the front line of veteran advocacy and support. Please welcome Brad Blanchard with the Great Lakes Bay Veteran Coalition and Mike Keast with the West Michigan Veterans Coalition. Gentlemen, honored again, and thank you so much for being here. To start, could you each tell us a little bit about yourselves and the work that your coalitions do? Brad, do you mind going first, and then we'll jump to Mike?
Sure. My name is Brad Blanchard. Like Sarah said, I'm with the Great Lakes Bay Veterans Coalition. Our organization serves veterans in Bay, Midland, and Saginaw County specifically, but we have the ability to reach out and help throughout the entire state. We help with everything from financial assistance, home repairs. We do a lot of ramps. We've been assisting a lot of homeless veterans get into their first houses this year. And then we're slowly getting into the National Guard units and working with them on resume building and careers and things like that.
That's wonderful. Mike, what is it that your coalition does?
Yeah, so our coalition founded back in 2009 is a 501c3 organization, and we're a little bit different than a lot of other partnerships. We provide direct assistance and a lot of community connector assistance throughout 13 counties in West Michigan primarily. So we've started our organization with a zero budget back in 2013 officially. And then as of last year, we had operated on a budget of about $150,000. Now, our organization is all volunteer based, and we receive about $0 from government assistance.
That's very interesting, and I'd love to dig into that more. But can you tell me both, what are you seeing with the needs of our veterans? Are they changing or evolving currently over the past few years? Anything that you see that we should know about?
From my standpoint, we have been seeing a little bit more of an increase in homelessness. We partner with the local VA in Saginaw and community organizations and work with getting these veterans into a home, some type of stable environment. We've been seeing a rise in that. Other than that, it's been typically the utilities assistance and food insecurities has been a huge one lately too. We created a food assistance team about a year and a half ago, and that team's been running nonstop, providing food assistance to veterans ever since.
Wonderful.
I agree with Brad. On the west side of the state, we have that same issue. The coalition itself here in West Michigan operates very similar. However, we are one of the stopgap programs where we are serving as that connector piece. One thing that we do differently is we offer assistance both to the individual veteran and their family members, because we do see that whole unit, that holistic approach is good for the community as a whole.
That's beautiful. And I'll tell you both, if you didn't know it already, one of the things that 211 focuses on is addressing foundational needs like utilities, housing, and food. Really our top needs that we hear with the service we provide. And we know that you guys are hearing it too. So obviously some veterans accessing these services, whether it's veteran or non-veteran, it can feel like a maze. Can you talk to me about how your coalitions work specifically to simplify that process, offering really that dignity and support that they deserve? Mike, do you mind going?
Absolutely. So veterans themselves are notorious for not asking for assistance. we found that it's hard by the time that a veteran asks for assistance, it's usually dire straits. So by us connecting with our individual VSOs, our veteran service organizations here on a county basis, we've worked directly with them to get with the veterans and then providing that stopgap financing through one of our military family assistance funds to provide that in a manner in which we can offset those utility bills, where they're not going to actually lose any type of funding or have any type of issue going forward.
Thanks, Mike. Brad, what about in your region, the Great Lakes Bay region? Is there anything different?
We're similar. One of the things that we try to do whenever possible is get the veteran to help out in their recovery too. We try not to just go in and pay the bill and do everything for the veteran. We want to get them involved in their recovery and also try and set them up for success long term. A lot of times we find that our veterans have lost that purpose and lost that mission statement, I guess you call it. They get out of the military, they're used to having that mission, they're used to having that purpose, and sometimes they get out and they get lost. So by putting them on track, getting them focused on a goal, here's what I need to do to get to the next step, here's what I need to do to be successful and off assistance in 6 months. We try to work with them to get that going.
That's a fascinating goal to have, and I think it's beautiful what you guys have come up with, making sure that you kind of remind folks of what that mission might be as you leave the military. And I'm assuming from what you guys have said that makes sometimes veterans or their family members hesitant to reach out. So how are you combating that? How are you making sure that folks feel confident to reach out? And when they reach out, what steps are the first that you recommend? Brad, if you want to keep going, and then I'd love to hear from you as well, Mike.
We don't promote a whole lot for our organization. Probably 95% of our veterans or the veterans families that we help out come through a veteran service officer or somebody out in the community, community mental health, different organizations like that. So those folks are the ones that are encouraging the veterans to apply for assistance with us. And they're even encouraging veterans that don't need assistance to come work with us to help other veterans out. So getting our community helping us encourage veterans to reach out, whether they need assistance or they want to help other veterans, has been very beneficial to us. It's all about that community support, I believe.
Perfect. Mike?
For us, that's always been a challenge, is getting our name out there and getting the word out. We have partnered with another organization here within the Grand Rapids community, specifically called Armed Forces Thanksgiving. That's a community event where we partner with business leaders and the school system, and it's actually one of our driving fundraising forces for servicing the coalition at the coalition's mission. What we do is that helps get our word out for servicing our veterans within the community. Now that just operates here in Grand Rapids, but it doesn't get the word out to the rest of the 13 counties that we serve. So getting our name out to the rural communities in West Michigan has been a big challenge for us. And that primarily comes, as Brad has indicated, through the veteran service organizations. But at the end of the day, getting a name out there is our biggest challenge, because we do have funds that we would like to deploy for the greater good.
What an interesting challenge, right? To have these funds that are set aside really to offer these essential services, and folks don't necessarily know about them. And I think that might be a challenge outside of your organizations as well. And one of the reasons I really do believe 211 is a good model, like you have a need, just pick up the phone. That's as simple. It's free, it's confidential. And we also have an online presence that is growing every day. And you probably both know a lot of services provide an online application. At 211, we're seeing that there is a ripple effect from this digital divide. Basics like we already talked about, food, housing, utilities, How are your coalitions helping veterans navigate possible hidden challenges like digital access or telehealth or social isolation? Mike, do you mind commenting?
That is one part of the coalition that we really haven't hit on right now. Um, our focus has really been on that direct assistance, that stopgap, that community connector. It has not been the telehealth. It hasn't been the technology gap or any of what you just indicated. So I'm sorry, I can't help you there.
I don't think you should apologize. I think it's beautiful that you have created a system where you don't have a digital gap, or at least that hasn't been identified. So please don't apologize. Brad, is there anything that your coalition has done with that? Or are you guys pretty direct service as well and don't require any digital communication or applications?
We're all of our applications come online, so we are digital out there. For the most part, the people we help have access and have the capability of applying online. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, we do have some that are challenged, whether not computer literate or they don't have access. Our partner agencies have been phenomenal in assisting these veterans applying for stuff, and sometimes the partner agencies know what we provide, and the veteran may not know what they need. So the partner agencies will work with them to say, you should really look at applying for this through the Veterans Coalition, and then maybe this through a county organization, guiding them through that process there. So, but it is a struggle. We have one veteran that we've been helping with food insecurities. Doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't have a computer. He literally communicates through the VA with letters. So we've been coordinating with the VA to keep in contact with the veteran when we deliver our food. It's a challenge, but we make it work somehow.
And if I heard correctly, it sounds like one of the ways you make that work is with partnerships, which is really the reason that we exist here at 211. We have a service that only works when we have partnerships with organizations like yours. For those who are watching who are not veterans, but I think many of us as Americans feel like we want to help. We want to make sure that we are honoring service that has been given to us. What's the most impactful way that a civilian neighbor can support your coalition currently or support veterans in general? I would love to hear from either of you.
I can tell you that we have, as our coalition has increased its need for funding individual veterans within our community. Specifically, our Military Family Assistance Fund has grown significantly. So has our need for receiving individual donations. Our individual donation was never a big priority for our coalition, but it has become one as our budget and as our expenses have grown. We have created a new giving tab on our website, which makes it nice and easy to offer a tax-deductible donation for any individual, any corporation, to make a direct impact within the veterans' individual life within our community.
That's great. Brad?
Honestly, we wouldn't exist if we didn't have non-veterans as part of our organization. Starting at the top of my board, I've got more non-veterans on my board than veterans, and my operations team's the same way. My food assistance team is run by two ladies who are not veterans also. We accept anybody that's willing to help out veterans and wants to do good things in the community. And for us, it's a necessity to have every type of person join us and help out.
I think that's really uplifting for those of us who are not veterans, that it's as easy as reaching out and saying, how can I help? Whether it's a donation of resources, of time or finances. I love that. But one of the things that we see, and I've mentioned it a little bit before, is this challenge that we generally see at 211. You both have alluded to it with veterans. It's just asking for help. We are proud here in the state of Michigan. Many of us come from very proud families. That's a tough place to be. And at 211, it's a little different because we're talking to the general public saying, just have that courage. But I think your population might be a little different. Is there any advice you would give to a family member, to someone who wants to encourage veterans or to a veteran themselves that would help us get past that falsity that you don't need help. There are services out there. So how do we make sure people reach out? Either of you, I would love to hear from either or both.
For us, we try to get people that we've helped in the past to help promote us in that sense. And we see that occasionally I'd say probably more than occasionally, we get a referral. A veteran will call us up and say that they talked to their buddy. Their buddy had received assistance from us a few years prior. So they're going to reach out and try to get some assistance from us also. That desire to try and figure out everything on their own is huge in the veterans community. And I was the same way and still am to a certain extent. But we're just trying to get past that. In the veterans community, in my area, most people know about us. They know what we do. And a lot of times we'll get a phone call or a request asking just a couple of questions, not really asking for assistance, just to get an idea of what we do. And then we can kind of read through what they're trying to say and realize that they're going to be calling us for assistance soon. Or if we're on our toes, we'll ask the right questions and try to prod them to tell us what they need and start that assistance a little bit sooner.
That's great. What are your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, one thing that we've noticed specifically is a lot of veterans, especially with like utility bills, and if they are older in stature, they tend to ask for the bare minimum. So if they're behind in a utility, maybe 2 or 3 months, they'll ask for just that past due payment to get them back on track. So if it's 3 months, they'll ask for one payment and say, well, all I need is one payment just so I don't lose my bill, my electricity doesn't get cut off. And we try to coach them individually and say, hey, look, what would really be beneficial for you? Is it to not lose your electricity, or is it to get back on track so you can move forward and move on with everything? So we've really seen that veterans want other veterans to be successful too, rather than focusing just on their individual selves. So those individual stories really tug on the heartstrings of, hey, no, we really are looking to help you.
Gentlemen, I am beyond honored again. Thank you so much for being here. Before we close, could you let our listeners know how to reach out to your coalitions if they are in your region? And any final words? Mike, do you mind going first? Then we'll end with Brad.
Absolutely. You can reach out to the West Michigan Veteran Coalition via our website. We just revamped that this year. That's westmichiganveterans.org. Or you can contact our executive director, Amy Batchelder. Her number is on the website as well.
Great.
For us, we have a presence on social media and Facebook. You can go online and look us up at Great Lakes Bay Veterans on Great Lakes Bay Veterans on Facebook. We also have a website which you need to go to if you're requesting assistance. That is glbvc.org. On there, also, if you want to assist us or help out in some way, shape, or form, there's a contact link on there to reach out to us and say you want to volunteer for some projects or learn more about us.
Thank you both again. And if you're a veteran or you know a veteran who needs assistance with all those things we mentioned, housing, healthcare, or other essential services, please don't wait. Support is just a phone call or a text away. Simply dial 211 or visit our website at mi211.org to find the help that's available here in Michigan. Gentlemen, again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you all on the next episode as we continue to connect our community to the resources that matter most. Thank you.